everybody to another episode of Sunday Daily Podcast. Today I have with me entrepreneur, trim healthy mama lifestyle coach, and here welcome today as the perfect guest for us this evening is Coach T. Give it up for Coach T, everybody.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing blessed. I'm here. All right. So on the podcast, one thing I want to say is happy anniversary to you and Winston.
Thank you very much. 12 years.
12 years, 12 years. Yeah, I'm thinking me and Chris are like 4 months in, so we getting
Keep
there.
going. Y'all gonna get there and go way past that.
Yes, man. Yes, man. All right, so to get started with this podcast, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions about your brand, Coach T. So give us a background story or New Me with Coach T.
Okay. Well, we originally were operating under Measure of Faith LLC, and I started the company based on my own struggles with weight loss. So I had a very, very stressful job. And so I was blessed to have several promotions at that job. But as my responsibilities increased, the weight came on because as I wasn't working out like I should, I wasn't eating healthy, I wasn't journaling, I wasn't doing all the things I know now that I should have been doing. And as a result, I gained a lot of weight. So there came a point where I threw a surprise party for my husband. And when I look back at the pictures from the party, I didn't even recognize myself. I could not believe that I had gained so much weight. And, I was just so depressed. I was crying because I didn't realize things had gotten that bad. So after his party, I started, calorie counting, that sort of thing. And I kind of had I got, kind of a few pounds here and there. But then it's just so funny how God's timing works because literally like a day or two after I started calorie counting, a friend of ours actually texted me and she told me she was doing this program. Had I ever heard of Trim Healthy Mama? I'm like, no, what is that? And she said that you don't have to calorie count, you can still eat desserts, and she's been having success with it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll look into it. So that was in August of 2017. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give my birthday's in October. So I basically, okay, I'm gonna try after my birthday. So from that time to my birthday was kind of going to be my last hurrah. And after that, I was going to try the plan. So I started the plan and the results were just phenomenal. I was starting to lose weight. I had more energy. And then they actually, Trim Healthy Mama, they launched a coaching program in 2018. So I joined its inaugural group of coaches because I didn't want to keep this to myself. I finally found something that worked where I didn't have to deprive myself. So I wanted to share that with other women. So initially I had my business as Measure of Faith LLC, but there was some confusion as to what I did. A lot of people thought that it was a religious-based organization, which, we are rooted in faith because of who I am. But there was some miscommunication. So I was like, you know what would capture the essence of what I want for my clients? And then I came up with New Me with Coach T, because it's really about these women getting transformation.
All right, perfect segue into the next question. What is a Trim Healthy Mama lifestyle coach? Explain that for us.
Okay, well, Trim Healthy Mama is a company that was started probably about 12, 13 years ago by two sisters in New Zealand, Pearl Barra and Serene Allison. And the plan is based on, basically the crux of the plan is eliminating processed sugar, if you want to boil it down to the very root of what it is. And also the plan focuses on, if you're trying to lose weight, you separate fat and carbs. We eat carbs. So we're unlike some plans where you're discouraged from eating carbs. I eat carbs every day, but I just don't eat them at the same time that I eat fats because I'm trying to continue to lose weight. So like I said, they launched their coaching program in 2018. And so coaches are authorized to teach the Trim Healthy Mama lifestyle plan to other people who are wanting to learn more. We can use their name in our marketing and so on. So I personally do both group coaching and one-on-one. I work primarily with women. That's my target audience. And um, I help them with their weight loss goals, but not just that, because I really do feel that wellness is not just limited to one area, it's everything. So, although primarily that's what my clients come to me for weight loss, we talk about other things too. We talk about time management. We've launched something called Welcome to Wellness that we do once a month, where we have various experts come in to do interviews on other areas of wellness outside of weight loss, because it's all connected.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I have a question. Based on what you just said, you say you work with women. Is it a difference in how men lose weight and how women lose weight? Is the body that different to where it's a different program for men, or will this program work for men as well? I understand that you said you work with women, but does it work for men
Yeah,
as well?
right. Yeah, it absolutely worked with them. My husband is on it.
Okay.
Um, they're the Pearl and Serene, the creator of the plan. Their husbands are on it. Most of the women who are doing it, and the majority of them, their husbands are on it. It's just that that's my focus as far as one-on-one coaching. But of course, it spills over to the family because they're cooking the meals,
Definitely.
for their husband. Yeah.
Definitely.
But to
Definitely.
answer your question, yeah, and the book actually offers the Trim Healthy Mama Plan book. They actually talk about some tweaks for men. They have a chapter that's dedicated to men, because you all are able to eat more than we are and still get results. Yeah, so it's just some small tweaks, but yes, this plan absolutely works for men.
Definitely. Yeah, because I was thinking about that because I was like, normally, okay, me and my wife. So my wife joins the program, and it's like we both cooking dinner. So it's like, do she have to cook a separate meal for her, or is it something that we kind of can integrate together? That's why I kind of asked you the question, because more the majority of people that are married kind of do stuff together when it comes to, especially when it comes to cooking, because nobody's trying to cook two meals, especially after working a long day
Exactly.
at work, working a long day at
Exactly.
work. So definitely. Like I said, we run into that problem all the time. I love seafood. I try to cut out red meat, and my wife don't eat seafood like that. So it's like we got to cook one meal with two different separate meats. So
Okay.
yeah, that just came to mind.
But yeah, this works for everybody.
All right, next question. What is the hardest part about the weight loss journey?
You know what? That's an excellent question. And I really think it boils down to mindset. It's probably the hardest part. And mindset at two different stages. I think mindset in the sense of getting started,
Hmm.
because with me, the weight loss didn't the weight gain didn't happen overnight. I
Definitely.
saw things gradually getting worse, but I kept telling myself, oh, it's not that bad. You know, I had a bad day. I deserve to eat cake. You know what I'm saying? So I think it starts with our the way we view food,
Hmm.
um, the way we view what it means to eat healthy. Because a lot of times, if we're not careful, we're conditioned to think it's a punishment. That eating healthy means that I'm not gonna be satisfied. That I'm gonna,
Hmm.
be hungry. My stomach's gonna be growling. I'm gonna get embarrassed because I only ate this. But it's not that. That's the beauty of this plan. I am not. I am not deprived at all. I I can eat what I can. I eat a lot of the things that I did before. It's just that I prepare them in a different way. So I think that's the first thing. And then I think another part of mindset, in the sense of, I think people sometimes get discouraged when they don't see results right away. So once they get over the hurdle of getting started, to realize, okay, I do need to do something differently, things are getting out of hand. Then once you're doing that and you don't see the results immediately, it could be easy just to you say, why am I making these sacrifices? I'm not seeing any payoff, you know. But that's the thing, we have to remember that, first of all, just because the number doesn't look lower on the scale doesn't mean you're not making progress. Because I've had several clients who they didn't initially see the scale change, but guess what? Their clothes are fitting differently, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of indications that you're making progress besides the scale, and you just have to kind of get out of that mindset and that if I don't reach this number, that I'm not succeeding, because that's not true. There are other indicators, that you are getting closer to reaching your goal.
Okay. I think the perfect thing that you said was you didn't gain weight overnight.
Mm,
And I think a lot of people want to lose weight overnight. Because I
mhm,
know for me, I've always been stocky, I've been in the military. So the number on the scale did not match how my clothes fit. Because I
mhm,
was always so solid, so muscular. So it was like, oh, I weigh this amount, but my clothes are shrinking. My belt size is shrinking. So I kind of, once I got that in my mindset, okay, how am my clothes are fitting? Because I'm so used to wearing uniforms, I'm so used to wearing military uniforms or whatever career I was in at the time. I was more focused, like what a lot of people do, the scale. The scale was my worst enemy. I
mhm,
hated the scale. I hated the scale and I hated the mirror at a certain angle. So it was
mhm,
like, okay, how am my clothes fitting? And then once I realized how my clothes was fitting, it was losing and it was shrinking and going out of size. Then I started feeling better. And that's the reason I asked that question, because like I said, so many people soon day one hit, they jump to the scale. Next morning, jump to the scale. So it was
exactly.
like almost the scale is like deterring them or making them depressed when it comes to far weight loss. Because like I said, I dealt with that my whole life. I've always been a big kid. Not big as a fat, but always been bigger than everybody else. I was always muscular than everybody else. I come from a big family. Both of my
Right.
parents are solid. My grandparents are solid. So
Mhm,
I come from a stocky family. So I always focus on weight loss, always focus on weight loss, even when I had, accidents or anything else that caused me to gain weight. My thing was going back on weight loss. And like I said, going back with the cooking, um, that's a big part, especially with quarantine going on right now. More families are home. And I feel like I was saying mentioned, with my situation, my wife did not eat seafood. I love seafood. So it was like, oh man, now I gotta work 12 hours. She gotta work. And then when we come home, we still gotta cook 2 separate meals because of what she's trying to eat, what she don't eat. I mean, she still eats healthy, but she don't
mhm.
like seafood. So I try to eat more seafood, more lean meat to, get me back in shape. So speaking of dishes, what is a key signature dish or your favorite and what's best for you?
One of if we're talking savory, one of my favorite dishes is hubby loving chicken. That is in one of the Trim Healthy Mama cookbooks, and it is so good. My favorite way to prepare it is to put it on chicken thighs, and I put it in the air fryer, and it
Mhm.
just is so crispy and it's just so flavorful. And the name is true. My husband loves it, and several other husbands love it. It's hubby loving chicken,
I'll
and
be
then
loving chicken.
uh
So is
huh.
that a seasoning or is that a way just to prepare the chicken?
It's a seasoning that the recipe gives you tells you how to put a seasoning together for the chicken. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's just some things that you can find in the grocery store, but it's really really good, really flavorful. And then as far as sweet, there is a cheesecake that I love. And see, these are the things. Are these things that you associate with eating healthy?
No.
Cheesecake, chicken, fried chicken. But that's the beauty of this plan. You can eat things that taste good and still lose weight. So there's a cheesecake that I make. I came up with my own recipe for a brownie that my husband loves. And if your listeners would like a copy of the recipe, I'd be more than happy to give that to them. Um,
Okay.
and also apple donut muffins. Those are really good. And those are higher in carbs, and they're 100% on plan because they're
Nice.
healthy carbs. Not all carbs are created equal.
Hmm. Question. I love fruits and vegetables. What are
Hmm.
some of the healthier fruits and vegetables on your plan?
Well, because our focus is on trying to regulate blood sugar. So the fruits that we're encouraging are those that are lower on the glycemic index. And that's pretty much most fruits. The only things that are a little bit higher would be watermelon. So that's something you wouldn't want to have if you're trying to lose weight. It's not recommended that you have that very often because it's very, very high on as far as the glycemic index. But other than that, most fruits are fine. But the only thing, the stipulation with fruit is um, we recommend that you pair it with protein because that will help stabilize your blood sugar. So, for example, if you're eating an apple, maybe you get a low fat mozzarella cheese stick, to go with it, or a laughing cow cheese wedge. You wouldn't want to eat the apple by itself because because that could spike your blood sugar.
So an apple could hold on, an apple a day keep the dark that way. So, so you telling me you got to go back over these fruits again because a lot of people I realize probably don't realize how bad fruits, some fruits can spike your blood sugar. So, what can you give us an example of more? Because like so you just blew my mind to the apples. Because most people eat apples just because of that saying, "Apple they keep the doctor."
And that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that when you're having any type of fruit does have it has natural sugar in it, which is fine. But the protein, when you add protein with a fruit or any type of source of sugar, it helps to stabilize your blood sugar. So you would want to, and not to say you all every single time you eat an apple you have to eat protein with it, but more often than not you would want to. Another fruit that's high on the glycemic index are grapes. So you wouldn't want to eat like a huge bowl of grapes. Not that you can't have them, but if you're trying to lose weight, you would not. You would want to be, eat them sparingly.
I felt like you're looking at my refrigerator because I had cheesecake and grapes yesterday. Yeah, we keep grapes. Grapes is one of my favorite fruits, the green grapes. So green grapes is better than the purple ones.
They're about the same, yeah. And it's not that they're bad. Again, they're not bad. It's just, some they're a little higher on the glycemic. So we just have to, be a little, more cautious with them than some of the other fruits.
All right, so vegetables. I love vegetables. Let me see if I can clean this up for myself. Which vegetables are really good for you, especially in the weight loss process?
Like low non-starchy vegetables are really, really good. So we recommend that you have something like, and by non-starchy, we're talking about those that are um, very, very low in carbs. Like I said, we eat carbs, but we eat them by themselves, not with fats most of the time. So if you had a vegetable that was non-starchy, you could eat it with any type of meal. And we're talking about like string beans, spinach, collard greens. All of those are non-starchy. So that means that would work whether you're eating a meal that's higher in fat or one that's higher in carbs. It does not matter because that is kind of is neutral. It doesn't have very much fat and it doesn't have very much carbs either. That's what we would call. We have something called we call fuel pools. Those are that are both low in carbs and low in fats. And the thing about it, when you're eating non-starchy vegetables, not only does it kind of help round out your plate, it helps to full you up. So you're not having to overindulge and eat too much protein or other things. You're getting kind of full on something that's. And that's another thing. We don't count calories, but we're calorie conscious. So although I couldn't tell you how many calories I ate a day because I don't have to track it. But at the same time, I need to be conscious of that. And that's the beauty of eating non-starchy vegetables. So I can get full without eating overindulging in other things that I'm eating and kind of going too high on the caloric intake.
All right, so another question I want to ask you, especially for a lot of the consumers, a lot of the people that work 9 to 5, a lot of people that work in 12-hour shifts, a lot of the people that work from home that have kids. I don't think a lot of us are educated on starchy vegetables. We are trained or a process of eat vegetables. So a lot of us don't know the difference between starchy and non-starchy. What are some starchy vegetables?
Things like black beans are starchy, so you would want to eat that in your meal that's higher in carbs. If you're doing a meal higher in carbs as opposed to one that's high in fat. Um, let's see what else. So basically any kind of bean, except for string beans. So navy beans, cannellini beans, lima beans, all of those are starchy.
Okay. So I have a question. Off topic, I know what one of the issues and things they told me to stay away from because of inflammation. Broccoli. Do you know anything about broccoli and why broccoli is for most people to have inflammation or any type of breakout rash or eczema? They tell you to stay away from broccoli and cauliflower.
I'm not sure why that is. I'm not aware of that because yeah, we eat a whole lot of broccoli and
Okay.
cauliflower on our plan. So I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when I went to the doctor, they told me stay away from broccoli, stay away from broccoli. And like I said, I grew up eating broccoli. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just confused for a lot of that. But like I said, I also been diagnosed with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. So my diet is a little different coming from my doctor and what I could and couldn't eat because of inflammation and cause swelling. All right. So the next question. What are some of the best transformations you've seen being a trim healthy lifestyle coach?
I have had a client lose. She's lost 30 pounds in a couple of months. And let me say this. Trim Healthy Mama is not about quick weight loss. That's totally against the principles and the spirit of the plan. This because it truly is a lifestyle. This is something that we're constantly doing. So this is not a plan that, okay, I'm going to do it for 30 days and I'm going to be at goal weight. That's not the intention. That being said, because because you're able to get results by eating the foods you love. A lot of people do see results quicker than what they expect. But that's not the heart and the spirit of the plan. Like in fact, the plan book tells you do not expect to lose any weight in the first month. It says that most people do lose weight in the first month, but to set the expectation that's not the goal. So she lost, that was a lot of weight very quickly, but that should not be the focus that, okay, I'm going to do this in 2 months. I'm getting, no, she's just been very consistent and she's getting the results and I'm so proud of her. But everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's body is different because I know with me, I can lose and gain it quick. I always had that ability as a kid playing sports. If I needed to drop weight, military, if I needed to drop weight, I could drop it real quick, but I also could gain it real quick. And the best thing that I like about with your title is lifestyle. Most
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand that. Like I said, most people want like a get rich quick scheme, lose weight quick scheme. I need
Right.
to lose weight because I got X, Y, and Z. I'm working, kids in school. I don't have time to actually eat healthy and work out because it sounds like too much. But the best thing about it is a lifestyle. It's not something that like a fast. I'm gonna do this for 30 days and expect results, or it's a lifestyle. It's changing your whole lifestyle. Most people understand that. Like the military is not a career. It's a lifestyle. It's something that you do every day and automatically changes, and you get better with it, especially like working out. So actually, that was the biggest thing for me that I love about it. It's a lifestyle at the end, not just we're gonna lose weight in 60 days, or you're gonna drop weight in this, and then you gain it all right back right afterwards.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because my goal is for my clients, when they leave my program, they have all the tools and skills to be successful. So
Mm,
because yeah, exactly what you said, because this is not about just looking good for a wedding or just, no, this is a constant choice that you're making to eat a certain way, to do certain things, because and it's not, and yes, a lot of it is weight loss, but there's so many other benefits of it too. My clients and I, we have more energy, um because we're cutting out the processed sugar. I know personally I have had far less headaches since I've been on plan. Before I was on plan, I used to have, it wasn't uncommon for me to have a headache every day.
mm.
Yeah. But that, now I have headaches occasionally, but it's nothing like what it was prior to me cutting out, processed sugar from my diet. So, and that's the thing, because but if I was just doing this just to get into a particular dress and then stop, then there will be all these other health benefits that I'm missing out on, because it's so much more than weight loss.
Definitely, definitely. And like I said, especially that I'm more conscious of it now the older that I'm getting. Trying to plan a family, want to be there for your wife, want to be there for your kids. Don't want to be, that man, at graduation walking up and down the beach with a cane, or can't go past the first row because I kind of let myself go. And like I said, me on one hand, over being on the stockier side, I worry about my joints. Like right now, I'm fine. I can carry weight fine, but I'm like, can I carry the same weight at 40, 50, 60 years old? Or will it start giving me issues? So me and my wife are well more conscious about that now, just kind of being here for each other and being here for our kids in a healthier manner.
Right. And that's so important. That's one of the things that I challenge, the ladies in my Facebook group to think about, and some of my clients, is what is your why? Why are you doing this? And that is some of the things they talk about. They want to set a good example for their kids. They want to be around for their children. And some of my clients, they have joint issues and things because of the weight. They have back issues. So these are all things that, by changing your diet, becoming more active, those things can improve.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Last section. How can people contact you? How can people follow you? Any courses you want to inform them about, websites, everything that you say will be listed below in the description section. So don't worry about, trying to repeat it, or if people are going to get it, it will be in the description section below. So all you got to do is click the link and go directly to you.
Okay. So as far as email, you can email me at hello@newmewithcoacht. My Facebook page is @newmewithcoacht. Instagram @newmewithcoacht. And also my private Facebook group, totally free. In there, I provide tips on weight loss. We have Monday motivation, while I try to, put motivational videos. We have games, we have contests, and that is Transforming with Coach T. Transforming Me with Coach T is the name of that, and I'll give you the link.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to give the followers and everybody who's watching?
Just want to tell you all, thank you very much for watching, and just remember this: you have to start somewhere. Don't be overwhelmed with thinking that, okay, I have 75 pounds to lose. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? Just take the first step. And the first step is, to connect with someone who can help to show you how to get the tools that you need, to start your fitness journey, whether that's me or someone else. But you need to take that first step, and you would be amazed how little steps add up over time.
Speaking of that, my background working in hospitals before, don't wait until the doctor tells you you need to do something. Don't wait till it becomes an illness to where now you got to force yourself. That's the biggest takeaway that I get from this. Don't wait until, like I said, other habits, other issues, and stuff like that. I don't want to wait until I'm laid up in the hospital. My wife, the doctor beside me, like, okay, now you got to cut this out to live.
Right.
So that's the biggest takeaway I got from all of this is I want to live. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I want to live a prosperous lifestyle. And I want to be in control of it. I don't want nobody else to have to force me, or my body forcing me to live a healthy lifestyle or to live. I don't want those two options.
Right. You're being proactive. You're planning for your wellness so you don't have to deal with your illness later.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a lovely guest. Thank you for everything. Thank you for joining us tonight. And love to talk to you later, and we'll catch up later. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. You take care.
You too.